Alright, so I was requested to do a video. The requested video is actually 5 people I want to push in WWE, but I decided to do 10. No particular order here too, I was kind of just brainstorming. But number one, I'll start the list off here. Number one, Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville is a very good talent. And he's already getting pushed, I guess, but I think with all the people out in WWE sucking so much right now, they should bring him up to the main roster. They should bring a lot of guys, or at least some guys from NXT up to the main roster. Because they are really, in deep shit right now. And the people in NXT, like, Zayn, Tyson Kidd, Adrian Neville, they've already established themselves. They're already good. I don't think they need any more time in NXT. Bring them up to NXT, or bring them up to WWE, get rid of some shit guys like Khali and El Torito and Horns. Get rid of those shit guys. Let's bring in some real talent, some real wrestlers as opposed to little midgets. So bring up Neville. He's a great talent. He's got a lot of cool moves like that Red Arrow, Shooting Star, Corkscrew Press, or whatever the fuck it's called. And he's a good talent. He's very athletic, and he can do a lot of cool moves. Number 2, Cesaro. Cesaro is a very good wrestler. He can do some crazy-ass moves. He's really strong. And the thing is, he doesn't look that strong, but he's very strong, and he uses his strength to the best of his ability. Like a guy like Ryback, he's a really strong guy, big body, big build. But he doesn't really use his strength. Biggie Langston, too. Holy shit, was he horrible at using his strength. He's this big-ass guy. He didn't have any power moves, really. He had to develop some more power moves. I mean, he's a big guy. Cesaro's a very good wrestler. He could wrestle, technical wrestling. He could power wrestle, whatever. He's a fucking good wrestler. I think he needs to develop a little more of a character or gimmick or get a manager. But he did have a manager, Paul Heyman, and they fucked it up. But he's a good talent, and he deserves to be pushed. And not jobbed out to people like Kofi Kingston and Sheamus. Number 3, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, another good wrestler. And a good talker, too. He's got, he's got the two things there, right there. He can talk and can wrestle, and he can do them pretty damn well, too. And they were doing him good, He's winning matches. He even beat Daniel Bryan, for God's sakes. Who ended up winning the title at WrestleMania. So, I mean, they were building... I didn't agree with him beating Bryan, but looking back at it now, I mean, it's not really a big deal. I would still maybe prefer Bryan to win, but still, I mean, it's fine. But Bray Wyatt, I mean, they were building him up right. He was this creepy guy, good promos and shit. And then it was Cena, and then, right after Cena buried him, not just at WrestleMania, but then buried him again at Money in the Bank, I believe it was, their last match together. Right after Bray Wyatt, was beaten by John Cena in that last man standing match, and he just went way downhill after that. Really, after WrestleMania, right after everything after WrestleMania for Bray Wyatt was downhill, and they just fucked him up. I mean, he was very good talent, very popular with the fans, and they fucked him up. And then of course, you got to put the cherry on top. We got all our fucking ingredients on the sundae, and then they just got to put a fucking cherry on top and have John Cena just attitude adjustment like every member of the Wyatt family that night after he lost to Lesnar, and just bury him some more. So I think they should push Wyatt. I think he deserves a main event spot, or a top spot. Number 4, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's another very good wrestler. I haven't seen him too much, but he's wrestled 2 fucking awesome matches with Cesaro. And just for that, he deserves to be, taken up to the main roster. He's a good wrestler, but again, just like Neville, he needs to develop a character that, will make him stick out. Like, right now, Neville and Zayn are just 2 random-ass baby faces, generic baby faces. They need to develop a character, turn heel, do something to make him interesting. Number 5, Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd is a good wrestler. That's pretty much it. He's a good wrestler. He's a quality wrestler. CM Punk said it best in his promo, in that promo there. What did he say? He said somebody a little Jimmy gets more time on Raw than more time on Raw as opposed to a workhorse like Tyson Kidd. And I agree with that. Tyson Kidd is a good wrestler. He can do some nice moves, athletic moves, but yet he gets jobbed out and put on NXT. Number 6, Natalya. Natalya is a very good wrestler, just like her husband. But unfortunately, she does not get pushed. And instead, you get people like Nikki Bella on top who can't even fucking talk or act. I think Nikki Bella is an underrated wrestler. I think she's got some in-ring skill, but I think Natalya is the superior wrestler of the two. And I think she's one of the best divas wrestlers in the division, if not the best. Natalya should be given a top spot on the divas division, but instead she's just a joke pretty much. I mean she's kind of got a spot, but she's pretty much a joke, and it's ridiculous because she could fucking wrestle good matches. Like the match she had against Charlotte at the pay-per-view, that was a very good match. And number 7, it leads me. That's a good segue there. It's number 7, Charlotte. Charlotte, I haven't watched too much, but of the matches I've watched of her, she's wrestled some good matches against, as I said, Natalya. She also wrestled a good match against Bayley at the last Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view Takeover. So I mean, she's a good wrestler. I was thinking, oh, she's just here, feeding off her father's coattails. But no, she could actually wrestle. The complete opposite of Randy Orton, who's a boring ass motherfucker who just wrestles fucking boring matches and does 2 moves a match, which are all fucking just punches, kicks, and rest holds pretty much. So yeah, she deserves to be pushed. Number 8, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is a good talent. They were doing him right. They gave him Money in the Bank. Yeah, they jobbed him out, but at least he became champion. And then he just fucking got injured, and then they, we're just gonna make you into a jobber because he got a concussion. And I've already talked about, how I think the concussion deal isn't a big deal and it's just overhyped. I don't think that's a reason not to make him champion. I think he still deserves to be given a top spot. Because a lot of people like Cena are prone to get hurt, and they get hurt a lot, but yet they are still fucking, in the top of the company. So, I mean, Ziggler is a good talent. He can wrestle. I think he needs to develop some more promo skills, or as I said, give him Ric Flair. Flair and Ziggler, how great would that be? Give him a main event spot. Flair and Ziggler, that would be fucking epic. Flair cutting promos for him. Ziggler wrestling, great matches. That would be a fucking perfect combination right there. Number 9, Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow isn't great, but he's definitely better than an Orton or Cena. I mean, he had a good character there with the Savior of the Masses. He cut some good promos. Wasn't the best at wrestling, but he still wasn't horrible. Again, definitely better than a Randy Orton in the ring. And yeah, I mean, he cut some entertaining promos. So I mean, he deserves to be pushed. And the last one is Dean Ambrose. I was thinking, who should I make, Dean Ambrose or Seth Rollins? And I was thinking, oh, Seth Rollins. Already has Money in the Bank. He's already getting, a pretty good push. I decided not to put him on the list. But Dean Ambrose, again, he's sort of getting a push too. I mean, but I think they should still push him more because he has talent. And I'm not disappointed of what they're doing with him because they're giving him a pretty good spot in the company. But he's got fucking promo skills. He's not a bad wrestler. So and he's pretty popular too with the women and shit. And I don't think that's a big deal. It doesn't affect me, but for marketing purposes, I mean, I think he could be pretty popular in this company because, that's like your perfect character, right? Like a Daniel Bryan, he's popular with everybody. And I think Dean Ambrose is popular with everybody too because the women like him, the children like him, and the men like him. I think the children, I don't know about the children, but the women and men like him. So that's good, But there you go, people. There's my 10 people who I would push. If you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know who you disagree with, and let me know who you would push because there's more people that I would push, but those are just 10. I'm sure there's more people that I would push in this company that have talent. Those are some main people I would push. Again, there's a couple more maybe. I don't know. I can't really think of them now, but. Yeah, I mean, if you got people who you would like to see pushed, comment them, let me know. And yeah, there you go, people. There's my top 10 or 10 people in WWE that I would push.